nicely. We've got headsets there.
Is it close enough?
Them. It's just so you can hear yourself. But if it's uncomfortable, you can let it go.
Yeah, it's reassuring.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You'll be able to hear us ask the question, so it'll be fine. What else?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's have fun.
I can't wait.
Now, with the economy looking the way that it does, we are all on the journey of financial freedom. And sometimes it means we need to step outside of our comfort zone. Sometimes it means we need to step outside of our 9-to-5s and start a side hustle that could bring in a little bit of extra money. And that's exactly what we're chatting about this morning on Cash Capital right here on the Way Up with you weekdays from 5 to 9 a.m. It's Mashudu. This one is called Gwalula. So Matrix is on this one as well. I absolutely love the song. Let's talk about something that we know is quite popular, but I can't imagine that it is an easy side hustle to have because you need suppliers. Where do you get the suppliers from? How do you price these items?
Yeah.
It can get very, very complicated.
It can get very, very hairy.
Yeah. You can find yourself in a hairy situation. We're talking about selling hair and selling wigs. If this is something that you've thought of doing in the past, then you definitely want to keep it locked right here on the Way Up, because joining us for this conversation is Mbali, who is a serial entrepreneur. Mbali's had many side businesses in the past, and one of her main side businesses now is of selling hair. Good morning, Mbali. Welcome.
Good morning, YFMers. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you so much for coming through to the show. We are quite intrigued. You've done quite a few side hustles, right?
Yes,
in
I
your
have.
career.
That's my entire theme.
That's your whole. that's your brand, side hustle.
100%.
What was the first one?
It was a clothing business, which basically still exists, where I used to make clothes and from scratch and then sell online, etc. And then it evolved into the hair business because I just kind of fell in love with the idea of being able to obviously control the kind of quality that I also get to use on my own hair. And then as a person who's always open to different ideas of ways and of how to make money, I thought, you know what, let me just turn this into a side hustle as well, in conjunction with what would be complementary to the fashion business.
Yes, love that. And your hair is stunning, so I trust you.
Thank you, Nia. Thank you.
I want to know about manje yini the idea of Tinsinwele from doing so many side hustles like clothing. What said Tinsinwele?
I tend to do things that I use.
Yeah.
So I figured I love wigs, I love hair. Why not turn it into a side hustle?
Exactly.
And sometimes I feel like it's opportunities that we tend to miss because you're already doing something. Why not turn it into something that's actually going to bring you money?
Exactly.
So I can imagine in the beginning of this particular side hustle, you had to do a lot of research to find the hair, right? So where did you end up finding the hair?
So when I initially started, it was literally online, and I did a lot of experimentation where I used to buy hair and get my friends to buy it. They didn't have a choice, unfortunately.
Yeah, they have to support.
Yes, because obviously I needed to use them as testers to say, this is the hair, please test the quality. You want to burn it, you want to wash it, you want to condition it, you want to treat it, so that we can see how it does.
Yeah.
For example, the hair I'm using today is literally 8 years old, and I'm not even kidding.
Oh, wow.
The hair you're wearing right now is 8 years old.
Yes.
That is
I've had it for
insane.
that long.
If you want to see Mbali's hair, I think we are going to be posting on Instagram or we're live on Instagram
looks
right
so
now. But
good.
it looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I can imagine you have to have hair that looks good because that's like your advertisement.
100%. I had an experience where I felt like people that were selling hair would look good in the hair, and then when you buy it, it's like a different quality. And I knew that I didn't want that for my brand, which is why I went all the way to China to actually go and try and
international.
source.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
It's international, but you can always, obviously, I went there physically when I started out. After I'd done my research a bit, I experimented. But I was able to make contacts that then allowed me to use platforms like Alibaba in order for me to be able to buy them. So some of my suppliers are actually on there.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask you, is that what's quite popular is the use of Alibaba and AliExpress in them to get hair. So that's typically where you would get the hair from, and it would be shipped from that side to South Africa, right?
Yes, I actually even did a video on my YouTube channel just talking about how you can actually shop on Alibaba Express, as well as the kind of hair and etc., how to find hair on Alibaba Express. express.
Okay.
As a result.
Now, what kind of hair are people looking for these days? Because I've seen on social media that synthetic hair has made some kind of a comeback, some kind of a resurgence, or are they still wanting to go for the 100% Peruvian bundles?
Currently, what is trending is Vietnamese hair.
Oh,
I think
wow.
people feel like it's more silky, it's more soft, it's more airy, it moves with the wind, you know.
Yeah.
So that's doing quite a lot of rounds. I get a lot of DMs from people wanting Vietnamese hair. I often recommend Peruvian hair, especially if you're somebody who's starting out, trying to start that side hustle, because it's slightly cheaper and it's not as heavy as Brazilian hair. For my...
Is Brazilian hair out now?
Yeah, sort of ish.
Okay.
Sort of ish, because I think that's where we basically all started. Brazilian hair, and then it evolved to Peruvian hair, and then Cambodian, and then Indian, and then now we're on Vietnamese hair. So it just goes a bit with the trends, which if you're running that kind of business, then you kind of need to try and keep up with everything that's going on so that you can obviously give your clients what they're actually looking for.
Exactly.
Hey, this is so interesting. Awungitshela capital ke uqale ngamalini uqala le business le?
You know, genuinely, when I started, it was literally probably 2,000, 2.5 at the time, because it's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
And one thing that I often advise people that feel like, you know what, I don't have a lot of money for me to be able to start, is go buy cheap hair. Like those wigs that you're going to find at places, even locally, like your Dragon City, that go for like 500 Rand.
Yeah.
If you buy 4 of those, 2,000 Rand wako, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And then you start selling it. Your business will then evolve from that.
With quality.
With quality and obviously the pricing as well, because the more money that you're able to make, the more you're able to buy proper stock.
Yes.
So instead of sitting there and waiting for 15,000 Rand to fall from the sky before you can start, you could literally start with 2,000 Rand.
Okay. All right. So in the next couple of moments, we're going to continue our chat with Mbali, and we're going to be asking Mbali, I mean, selling hair, everyone sells hair these days. How do you then set yourself apart from the rest of the industry, from everyone else that is selling hair? Stick around for that chat.
I had a quick question. While you were talking about the different types of hair, right? I've noticed that Afro wigs are also a thing.
Yes.
Why is it that we don't use our own type of hair to make those kind of wigs?
Because we've had our own type of hair for a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no one sourcing like African hair right now to make wigs.
There's actually a wig that looks like a wavy afro, but it's still like a wig, you know. But if you're looking for something less straight than what I have on, then that's the alternative. Okay.
When I hear them to ufuna people to start saying, "Yazi ngikhalele ikhana umkhuwa."
No! My thing is, why do they make Afro wigs?
Yeah, these pants are crazy.
I'm just like you, I feel. Because honestly,
Yes. These pants
that's how people say cut of
Yes, they'll do dreadlocks, but they wouldn't do like your normal.
I love personal pants, but they are too expensive.
Some people feel like if you're like me, it's like natural hair before. It's like a relationship. You need to be committed. Yeah, cool.
I lost my brother, I lost in the vibes. Hey, it's bad, live. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on the radio, but like.
We're keeping hair, isn't it? Oh.
Hey man, hashtag spice on, yeah? Oh, I found my brother. Okay, I found my brother, yeah, we find him in the vibes. Shout out to Ice, shout out to my Sure, and justice is getting better and better every year, my man. My favorite act of today is Dali. Dali, say just Dali.
Did you see that interview yesterday, Hannah? That guy. That's been awkward.
The white lady.
But I think you need to be into
With human hair.
That white lady, she started, I think she hasn't interviewed a guy.
Yes, the black guy who's awkward.
I'm wondering if they can source from the Vietnamese girlies and the Brazilian girlies. They can source from us too.
the African girls don't want their hair. They
Yeah,
invest
that
a
guy
lot
is
of
the
work and
original.
effort into growing their afros to be nice and
It
healthy.
is a lot of work.
100%. Exactly. So I don't think they're willing to like, okay, now I've grown my hair, please cut it off and take it and sell it now.
I find it quite interesting.
How would I?
Yeah,
how would
shade.
I live that life?
Especially with like African
Like, I live
textures,
that
and if
life.
you're going to do like
I
a
know
braided
that
wig,
Wow.
you'd think at
People
least
gonna
use
catch me
Like,
out.
why not
hair.
use?
I know
No,
that.
So everything
I
is
wasn't-
either. So with braided wigs, do they use like synthetic or is it also?
Step wig, okay? I know
Making
that.
sense.
You get
Actually
different types.
making
You
sense.
get
Why would
different
you want
types.
to go
There's
back
people
to
that want the quality, so that when they undo it, it actually now just falls. Yeah, but there's people that feel like, no, I'm not willing to pay that much amount of money for a braided wig, so they just go
No, she
for
has
what
a
is
new
needed.
video where she's
Braiding
like
authentic.
lady, so I thought you meant that.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah,
swim
where?
class.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Did you see the one with?
Take off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I might just watch the
Well, I
whole
didn't
one.
watch
Yeah.
that.
I might just watch the whole one. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I'm just listening on Twitter.
No, you'll have
I wanna watch
to.
it.
The
Actually,
best is that one that I'm mentioning. That
the
it's
only white person I watch is Emily.
not very
Oh, the
straight,
British one.
but it's also not curly.
Not too
She's,
crazy.
she's
So when
dope.
you're looking at it, it's almost like, is it an afro that's long or, or straightened afro?
If you're white,
Do-
your content really hasn't changed.
Is it possible for
Yeah.
you to change textures
otherwise-
after you?
Otherwise, you're gonna mize it.
It shouldn't,
Like, it's
but I do think that the kind of products that you use and how you actually take care of the hair goes a long way in making sure that the hair lasts. Yes, I have people I've sold hair to, similar to mine,
Amazing, amazing.
and it looks weird.
for me to start.
And these are my friends.
Yeah. No, that's, I get
It
that.
looks
Yeah,
weird. And
yeah.
I'm like, what did you do to
That
your
is
wig?
good.
It's
That's
so
what-
caretaking is also
Yeah.
a
it's
big
like-
Very, very,
Hello.
very.
With white
Do you give
movies,
like a,
unfortunately,
um,
that's what we have.
a breakdown on
likes
how to take care of the
More
hair.
money.
Yes,
You
yeah,
know,
I tend to. If you buy the hair, usually then I'll send you a message to say, please don't do this, please
Like
do this,
with
don't
movies,
use.
that's like-
For example, I don't
that's
believe in
all
using
we have,
silicone.
it's white.
Is silicone a thing?
Music.
It is the thing. Like if you go to the salon and they install it, sometimes I see them do like a small drop in your silicone. And in my mind, I'm just cringing, like, not on my hair. I think there's other products you can use to kind of make it sit.
Me. Cool.
All right, let's wrap. Let's go. Let's wrap. And we do just want to see you make money. We want to see you go out there and flourish. We want you to start successful side hustles and side businesses. And that's why Cash Capital is a thing right here on the way up. Brought you music by Stone Boy. That one is called Life and Money. Stormzy is on that one as well. We are joined by Mbali. Mbali's had many, many side hustles. One of them being selling hair. And we're quite intrigued about what it takes to get into this kind of business of selling hair. How important, Mbali, is it to know about the wig or the hair selling industry before I even start? Do I need to do extensive research before I start selling hair?
Okay, so for any business, including the hair business, it's very important for you to know exactly where you want to be. Because with the hair business, there's different aspects. There's high quality hair that you see that goes for about 15, 20, and then there's normal hair that you can possibly use each and every day and is more affordable. So you do need to kind of have an idea of the direction that you want your business to take. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you don't have to restrict yourself to say you started off your business with selling affordable hair or cheaper quality hair. You can start there if your capital is what that is.
Yeah.
And then you can grow into now the other aspects of the luxury, luxury main type of business. So yeah.
Okay.
Now, hair has become a huge topic, right? It's
Yes,
become a
yes.
multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
It really has.
That can be discouraging for an entrepreneur. Do you not find it a bit overly saturated to enter the wig space, especially at this level of the game?
I usually don't think it's saturated because I'm a big believer of the fact that there's a lot of sunshine, enough for all of us.
Fair.
It just depends on the path that you want to use. If you're a budding entrepreneur, you're starting out, you don't have a lot of capital, my advice, stick to cheap hair. You will find clients that want to buy a wig for 1,000 Rand that you would have bought at Dragon City for 750. So obviously you're making, say, 250 profit, including your transportation. You're probably making like 150, 180 on profit. As you keep growing and as you keep getting recognition, you wear the wigs, you take a picture. You wear the wigs, you take a picture. The more people are going to start discovering you. And also what I found with small businesses is the way that you treat your customers does a lot for your business. There's a lot of small businesses that I think are not really equipped with business etiquette with regards to how to handle clients. You could be the business that actually invests in that, in making sure that, hey, hi, how are you? This is so-and-so. You attend to your clients so that they can say, you know what, actually, I met this lady, and even though her hair is not good, I love her service delivery.
Yeah.
That is what is going to put you apart, so that you stop feeling like the industry is saturated, or you cannot, do better than so-and-so. You're also not supposed to be competing with so-and-so. You're supposed to be thinking of your own path that you're trying to carve for yourself.
Exactly.
Speak on it.
And it's also making me think just about the fact that that not everyone can afford a 5,000, 10,000 rand
100%.
wig. So why not cater to people that want nice wigs but don't want to have to pay thousands and thousands of rands
Yes,
to it, right? There's
yes.
nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So what did you do in the beginning to kind of separate yourself in the industry, or in an industry that is so saturated?
My biggest thing, which I found was a bit lacking, and like I said, in a lot of small businesses, is service delivery.
Yeah.
I will sell you what I wear. I will sell you what I use, what I can be proud of. I will not say, oh, this is the wig that is available, and then I send you something different. A couple of years ago,
Which is a problem, and a lot of
which is
people
a
complain
real
about that.
problem,
Yeah.
yes, because obviously you see the hair on a picture and that's what you want to buy.
Yes.
You don't want now the hair's there and the bundles are not making sense and the closure doesn't look. So that was one thing that really set me apart in the beginning. And even though my prices were slightly above the average of a cheaper hairline, people still came to buy because they'd buy once and then they'd be like, oh, actually, this is great quality hair.
Yeah.
There was a point where I kind of took a break from the business, and some lady literally DM'd me and said, I've been trying to find hair everywhere.
Wow.
And I realized I can't find the quality that you sell. Please, if you have any remainder stock, please sell it to me. And that actually got me back into the business as well. So those types of things, I think, really helped to set me apart, especially in the beginning.
Amazing.
Now, you mentioned a bit earlier on, especially if you're going to go the cheaper wig or cheaper hairline route, that you'd make about 150 on 1,000 rand wig. How long did it take you to start seeing consistent profits and good profits within the business?
Sheesh, maybe a year and a bit, because obviously your best marketing, which again goes back to the service delivery, is word of mouth. If you sell good hair to one person, you've sold good hair to 10 people, because that's what the math says. One person, 10 reviews, people come back. So as the momentum keeps growing, you could consistently see a form of sort of better income in, say, maybe a year of you doing it. Again, you need to be doing it consistently, because I feel like sometimes as small businesses, we show up online for a couple of months, say maybe 2 months, and then you feel like, okay, this is not happening.
Yeah,
People are not picking it up. The minute you disappear, even if you're going to come back, say maybe in a year or so, the minute you disappear, somebody else takes your slot.
Yeah.
Life goes on.
Yeah.
People are not waiting for your particular brand, unless, of course, you're selling oxygen, which the day you guys discover oxygen, please give it to me. I'm ready to sell it. But like, the consistency is very important. It helps to build your momentum. It helps to build even your online profile, where people go onto your whatever Instagram page or your online shop, they don't find 5 pictures and then you've disappeared.
Yeah.
And then another couple of months, 5 pictures and then you've disappeared. It's something that I always emphasize to people that want to start businesses. Don't disappear. Keep pushing. Even when you're not seeing the profits, keep pushing. Trust me, it's going to crack at some point.
Yeah, and people really do enjoy shopping around for hair, right? So they won't just go to one Instagram page and go for that one. They'll
Yes.
shop around and see what else there is out there, right?
Yes.
And they might land on your page.
And they might land on your page.
Yes, exactly. Your hair looks absolutely stunning. If we want to get ourselves some bundles from you, girl, how do we get a hold of you?
So the brand is called Crown Necessity. It's on Instagram, and I think quite honestly, it does probably better on Facebook and WhatsApp, because we have a WhatsApp line for it where we post every day. But obviously, even that WhatsApp line is available on the Instagram page.
Awesome. Mbali, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations.
Thank you so much for
On
having
starting
me.
such
This
an
has been such an
awesome
awesome
business.
experience. I could talk about side hustles any day, all the
day.
time.
I know. We can tell, we can feel the passion that you have for it. Thank you so much. Well, there you have it. Maybe hair is your next side hustle. For now, here's a quick look at your headlines as well as your sports.
Thank you so much.
Stories making headlines. EFF's Deputy President Floyd Chibambu says he won't be taking legal